And a look behind the curtain here. Final prep. Welcome, everyone. Thanks. Well, both these teams, of course, Greg, strong and rebounding. Should be a battle out there.
Nothing easy in the paint, Kevin. Both front courts will be fighting for every possession when they miss.
Here's the starting group for Houston. The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Thompson is out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Durant in at the small forward. Caldwell Pope for three. Good D by Thompson. Here's Şengün. It's Clark with the rebound. And Morant's got the ball here for Memphis. To the middle. Here's Wells. And the dunk by Wells.
A good shooter and defender. KCP can also make plays for others.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Memphis' head coach. Their plan, such as it is to make Kevin Durant uncomfortable. Force him to take shots instead of giving him the ones he wants. Coach said it's obviously easier said than done, but if you let Durant get hot, forget about it. It can take over an entire game. We'll see if they can execute defensively. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Morant against VanVleet. Caldwell Pope right side. Wells lays it up off the glass.
Nice handoff by Caldwell Pope, making a well-timed pass.
So, Stan, we watched Kentavious Caldwell Pope's career, and he's played for a handful of teams, and he's been a starter on multiple title teams, including the 2020 LA Lakers.
Yeah, Kevin, I loved coaching him. This guy is a hard worker. He's one of the best conditioned athletes in the league. His stamina is incredible. He knocks down threes. It's not a coincidence that he's been on championship teams in two different cities.
Yeah, amazing.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
Now, here's Caldwell Pope. He was averaging around 5.5 points a game. Clock at 6. Morant with a wide open look. Nailed from three-point land.
Wow. When Morant is hitting the three, he becomes basically unguardable.
To the inside. Here's Şengün. And Şengün throws it down.
Showing great vision and delivering the pass out in front.
Morant passes to Clark. Jackson looking around. Pass to Caldwell Pope. The three. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Known as a terrific passer at his position, Şengün excels at finding the open man.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And the Grizzlies call their first time out of the game. And for the Grizzlies, 2024 stand was marked by an unprecedented amount of injuries.
Well, Kevin, they used 51 different starting lineups. That's the most in NBA history. And they were also forced to use 12 injury hardship exceptions. That is just incredibly bad luck.
Okogie's checked in for Fred VanVleet. And Thompson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. Here's Morant. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Morant's got 5 now.
Well, normally Morant is scoring off the dribble. It's good to see him being effective off the ball.
Down low. Here's Şengün. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Oh, and there's the foul. It's on Josh Okogie. That's his first foul. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Jerome is checked in. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Clark against Şengün. Clark dishes to Wells. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Just 5 to shoot. From past the arc. The Rockets pull it in. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
The mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Nothing is better than winning on the road in this league. It's so difficult. You savor every one of those.
And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Santi Aldama's checked in for Brandon Clark. Vince Williams comes in for Wells. And Pippen subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Now here's Pippen. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Beyond the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And powering into the first week of the new year, here's a brand new look at the power rankings. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And Houston, they've blown away the so-called experts' opinion. People who didn't realize how high their ceiling really was. Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
Well, there have got to be a lot of challenges at different stages of the season, Stan. Here we are at mid-season. What comes to the top of your mind when you think about what these coaches are facing now?
Well, you know, Kevin, for me, it was always just that mental grind of thinking that there was an answer out there that I wasn't finding, that we had one more thing that maybe could unlock better performance. And you think about the game 24/7, where sometimes the best way to come up with those answers would be to get away from it.
And so here's Memphis, following the score by Houston. Pass to Jerome. There's a screen by Aldama. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Rockets leading by 3. Here's KD. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist. 9 points to Kevin Durant.
And we're so used to seeing KD light it up from outside. Found great positioning and then delivers. And that's his second foul already. And that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Some changes for Memphis. Jock Landale's checked in for Jaren Jackson. And it's John Morant in for Williams. The Rockets also changing it up. Tari Eason's checked in for Smith. Jae'Sean Tate comes in for Kevin Durant. And Shepard subbed in for Thompson.
Yeah, so tough to knock Morant off balance, and he's so talented at keeping his focus on the basket. And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Takes it inside. That ties the game. Morant's got 9.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
The offensive rebound. Here's Şengün. Fires from deep. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so the first quarter comes to a close. Both teams scoring well, but it's all tied up. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Yeah, they really trust their depth. They have no problem relying.
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible. Well, this is what the fans want to see. Morant showing off all of his superb athleticism.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless. We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
And it's Aaron Holiday with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Aaron Holiday. And so here's Memphis. They trail by 1. Morant outside. Fred VanVleet grabs the miss. Morant with the steal. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Pass to Aldama. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Here's Landale. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. This time they met in Houston.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
And he gets the bucket.
Plays like that make a coach's life easy. Love the work rate he shows on the glass to get the score.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Marc said, "I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me." Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Aldama. It's 3 pointers off the mark. Houston in the lead. Here's Şengün. Got it. Good job in the low post. Şengün's got 4 points this quarter.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Goes up to the stripe. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Well, the defense is going to give Morant that shot. They're trying as hard as they can to defend the rim. That opens up the mid-range jumper.
Here's Şengün. Aldama with the rebound.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink. And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Count that one from VanVleet. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Jackson, he's checked in for Santi Aldama. And Wells is subbed in for Ty Jerome. KD's checked in for the Rockets.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
You can see, and Coach, you can feel Ja Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does. And it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure.
Yes, sir. Jackson Jr. flushing.
Şengün with the screen for KD. Offensive rebound. Şengün, and he banks in the layup. Şengün's got 10 points in the game.
And, Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Jerome, he's checked in for Ja Morant. 1:56 left to play here in the half. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. Clark sets a screen for Jackson. And that one, good. He's got 7.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Thompson. And he's a devastating finisher on the inside. The best field goal percentage in the league.
And as you said, #1 in steals this season. He's the sneakiest ball hawk in the league right now. Hide everything you've got because he's coming after you. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And the free throws have been dropping for him at a rate of about 77% on the season.
The free throw dropped for Şengün. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hedo Turkoglu as a big part of what we did in Orlando. Was the most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
And the rejection by Clark.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Pippen's checked in for the Grizzlies. And a switch here also for Houston. Smith has checked in, and they pick up 2.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Pippen kicks to Clark. And again, Memphis no good.
And then they continue to control the glass.
The 3. Durant no good. The Grizzlies trail by 8. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. Pass to Wells. Jackson has the open look from outside off the mark. Houston's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Hits the three-point bomb. KD's got 7 now in this quarter.
And for Durant, it's just that simple. Get the ball and shoot it.
And here's Jackson. Looking to end the run. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so that brings the first half to a close. Rockets. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
Welcome to halftime. First up, let's check out what games are tipping off tonight. For the Raptors, they'll be up against the Cavaliers out in Cleveland. 7 p.m. Eastern Time for tip-off.
Yeah, but I don't think this is going to be close.
And let's talk now about the game we've been watching. What a terrific first half for the Houston Rockets.
Gotta appreciate the way they're moving the ball. The offense is flowing like my rap game. When you bring the bright beat, you know my name.
You know what? It is a debate. Were you a better rapper or you're a better DJ as you are today?
No, that's me, Kenny. DJ EJ. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
We've got Wells. Jackson is out there with Clark. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Morant in at the 1. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And it's Smith missing.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him. Thompson against Caldwell-Pope. Back to Morant. Six on the shot clock. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Morant's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Grizzlies. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Jackson, a screen on VanVleet. The three from Morant. Drills it from outside. Morant's got 18 points in the game.
Well, this is one of those nights where Morant just decided to take over.
Smith for three. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist. Smith's got the lead up to 11 now for Houston.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. Inside, here's Şengün. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And a look at the block shot number over the last few seasons for Jaren Jackson.
The blocks just aren't coming for him nearly as much as they were a few years ago. I think he's lost a little something in terms of that intimidation factor and that ability to change a game with his interior defense, and that's too bad.
Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Caldwell Pope against Smith. Caldwell Pope passes to Jackson. Wells way outside. And again, Memphis no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Durant uses his size in close.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Outside Jackson. Thompson against Caldwell Pope. Back to Jackson. Takes the three. Knocks down the three ball. Jackson's got 10 points in the game.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
Jerome, he's checked in for Memphis. Okogie's checked in for Houston. Thompson in the post. Guarded by Morant. They get it again. Durant for three. Şengün kicks to KD. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist. Şengün's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Now Morant. He's got 20. Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. Pass to Clark. 9 feet out. That one misses. Great defense that time from Şengün. Rockets leading by 13. Launches it. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Thompson against Caldwell Pope. There's the lob to Jackson, and Jackson throws it down home.
There's Jackson Jr. with that huge catch radius. You can put that pass almost anywhere.
Here's Thompson, and he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 8.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
and a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Durant, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Morant passes to Jerome. Jackson with the screen. There's the drive, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
His first personal foul.
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
And also, guys, how about the hustle we've seen on the boards? They're getting after it and cashing in on second chance scoring opportunities.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
35 seconds left in the third. Aldama with the ball. Still scoreless. 4 on the shot clock. And again, Memphis no good. Houston leading by 14. Here's Eason. Now, here's Şengün. Not a lot of room. Jacks up a 3. And another 3 for Houston.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
From 8, Jerome, good. Jerome's got 4 points in the quarter. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Rockets ahead, up by 15. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Fred VanVleet out there with Amen Thompson. Then it's Tari Eason. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Okogie in at the 3. The Grizzlies trail by 17. Out to the right wing. Here's Jackson. And that one drops. Jackson's got his first bucket of the night.
Can't be that easy for him. Got to body him up down low.
Yeah, they can't let him even get into that space. If he gets good position on the block, it's trouble.
Opponents have to be careful when Capella is in the area. What an impressive display of timing.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for Memphis. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. Sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Thompson. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And the Rockets lead by 15. The Grizzlies call timeout. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Caldwell Pope checked in. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Memphis' head coach had some words for the team during the break. Now, his tone was pretty serious. He said, you guys need to prove you're in this. No one else can do it for you. Time to pour on the gas. See if that fire gets lit, guys.
Thanks, David. Here's Morant. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
Yeah, Morant uses his incredible body control to work through that contact.
Kicks it out to VanVleet. It's good from long range.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Nice job capturing the moment on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. The Grizzlies trail by 18. Here's Jerome. And the foul on Tari Eason. That's foul number 2 for him. Jabari Smith, he's jacked in for Houston.
Number 10, Jabari Smith.
Morant outside. Five on the clock. And they double up Morant. And Capella sends it back.
Well, you can't take those kind of shots around a shot blocker like Capella. You're just playing with fire at that point.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Aldama with the rebound. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Smith. Back to Van Vliet. For 3, Smith. Pass to Eason. Good on the triple. And the Rockets lead by 19.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Santi Aldama. Jackson comes in for Gigi Jackson. And Wells is subbed in for Ty Jerome. The Rockets also changing it up. Şengün comes in for Clint Capella. And Durant subbed in for Tari Eason. Wells with the steal. Morant outside. The shot that time, not on target. Great defense that time from Şengün.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
Outside Jackson.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
I've heard some talk about this idea, Stan. What do you think about adding a one-on-one tournament to the All-Star Weekend?
Wow, Kevin, I love that idea. And if you could get the better players to play, I think there would be some serious interest in that from fans and some great competition among the players.
We see it every night in the NBA. That's what we all crave for, right? We want to see the biggest names against each other.
Yeah, every night we want to see the best players one-on-one against the other great players in the league.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Rockets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Şengün.
Yeah, we witnessed a special performance tonight. It's not just the triple-double. It's the example he set out there. Outstanding leadership.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
There's 48 seconds left in the fourth. Şengün against Clark. Şengün, no good. Pass to Jerome. And he drops it in from the low post. Houston in total control. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. To the paint, here's Green, and Green slams it in.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
And that one's good by Clark. We've got 13 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Shepard. And Pippen pulls it down. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge. Thank you for that, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks, on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.